Alright, got a little Gnar Riven action going on the top lane for this video. Just a quick look at my runes and masteries. Pretty basic stuff from Fight AD, Quince for the runes, and masteries is your standard 21-9 for an aggressive AD champion. Alright, let's get right into it. I tried to fast forward through all the relatively boring parts just so the video flowed a little bit better. So yeah, the Riven-Gnar matchup is kind of interesting because it can go either way in the beginning. It really depends on who has the better early trading. Especially with Gnar, because his boomerang is so good level 1. If you land at level 1 and you can consistently harass while they go to CS, it's so useful. It's one of the best trading tools for a top laner in my opinion. There, I was able to get a couple boomerang autos off. Everyone always is so aggressive in level 1 trying to get those first 6 CS that they forget about the potential for trading by the other champion. Like I made Riven burn a health pot level 1, which probably should never happen. Unfortunately, she gets the jump on me level 2. But I think she could have got one more auto off there to make it go a little more in her favor, but it was relatively even for what it was worth. There, I use my boomerang to snipe out a CS at level 2. Here's a trick I always do when I'm CSing, is I always pay attention, like, you know, like, melee creeps take 3 hits to get hit by the tower, so you always want to make sure that if you're about to CS in their tower, they're at that, like, halfway in their health, so you can just auto-attack them one time and get an easy CS out of it. It makes it a lot easier, like prepping the wave before it hits your tower. A lot of people just try and CS under tower when it gets there and it doesn't usually work out. I don't know when Riven placed a ward in that river bush, but Kha'Zix was coming to gank, and if that wasn't warded, that would have been the easiest kill ever. Because Kha'Zix has a gap closer and flash. I have a gap closer, a flash, and a slow. If we hit our skill shots, it would have been easy. But what it did do is the gank, or the attempted gank, bought me some time to just farm it out and reassess the lane. I started Ruby Crystal this game because I love starting Frozen Mallet on Gnar. It's so good when he's like in split push mode or like you're trying to stop the split pusher. Because what it does, it just instantly, like if they overextend a little bit and you hit them with your inability and you get your auto attack slow off, then you can just kite them down and chase them down. You get an easy kill out of it. Here Riven's letting me push her in because she doesn't want to CS out there with Kha'Zix still possibly lurking around. See, this is what's good about pushing people under tower, especially when you're on a champion with a lot of escape and mobility. Because, I mean, you do risk the chance of the jungler coming to gank, but it's worth it making them like struggle to CS right now. You'll see over this game, like as it builds up, I'm able to deny Riven out of a lot of CS and make her laning phase pretty miserable. Of course she backs off because you gotta respect the Mega Gnar. A lot of people don't respect it, and it's really good. Like even right there, like I'm just Wing right there, getting my stun off, just to make her think about coming to get the CS. Here I got my 3 proc auto off. It's always good. What makes that so good at trading is not just the damage, but the speed boost it gives you at the end. Because especially like Riven, who wants to get close to you, you can just kite her around and get that 3 proc passive off, and then you can just get hyper and run around. Here again, just making her think about CSing and putting all the pressure on her in the laning phase. Because the jungler of this game was a Mumu, and he's pretty much useless unless he ults you or he lands his bandage. And I mean, if you played enough on a certain champion, you know how well they can dodge skill shots and stuff. Like Gnar's pretty quick for base movement speed, and his his E makes you very adaptable and slippery in lane, especially because you can bounce off minions and other champions and stuff like that. My team was great this game too. We ended up winning, and it was really just a team effort. Everyone did well in lane. and I'll rotate it well. Here Riven goes in. I'm still mini Gnar, but the damage from mini Gnar is nothing to sniff about. It's still pretty good. Even though she goes in, like I'm right in front of my tower, so like she can't like follow me up. If she wants to dive me, she's gonna dive too. She's gonna die too. There she gets a nice little trade off, but her cooldowns are down, so I'm looking to get some harass off. Fortunately, so are mine. So she definitely won that trade right there. I had to burn a health pot. The tricky part here is she has Ignite, and most Riven players will take Ignite because they're so good and they just love trying hard to get those kills in the early laning phase. When in reality, it's not as good in the long run because TP allows you to help your team out more. You know, I think Ignite, top lane is very selfish unless you're playing like Hecarim or something who takes Ignite and TP. Like right now, I can't even go in on there because if I get caught by any of her CC combos, then I'll pretty much be dead. Because mini Gnar is squishy, but Mega Gnar is very tanky. You got to find the balance in between that. I think she doesn't take into consideration is I also have damage right now too because I have a pickaxe and she has 3 longswords. So when someone goes 3 longswords, you're like, okay, they're really thirsty for this kill. And right here, I go in and engage, hold her against the wall, do my CC lock. Yasuo comes to try and get the kill, try and help me out and gank, but I end up flashing autoing for the kill because Riven has a lot shorter cooldowns than me, so I didn't want to really risk her getting away from that because it was a pretty easy kill. That's the thing with Gnar too. You always got to be cognizant of where you are on the map, like terrain-wise. You can use the walls for stuns, and where you are with your Gnar bar. I love like when a jungler or mid laner's roaming to like prep my Gnar bar and then E off a minion and get right on top of the champion that I'm trying to kill. It makes the gank a lot easier and a lot smoother because you can get in and get your initial CC down while they close the gap with theirs or while they try and follow up what you put down. At this point, I have pretty much dominance in the lane. I'm ahead in gold, I'm ahead in CS. I have the team fight presence in my teleport. Well, not anymore, I just TP the tower, but in about a minute and a half I will. And yeah, I'm just poking Riven down while getting CS at the same time. It's very, very, very annoying against a Gnar if he's just poking you, landing his Q all the time. Mumu here tries to come and stop me from pushing on the tower, but hit him with the Q and get the 3 procs off, and he's pretty much sent back. Riven just got back. I stayed in lane because, I mean, I had pretty much full health. I mean, there was no point in really going back. I was still about 100 gold off from a frozen mallet. I ult right here and stop Riven because I'm not interested in killing her right now. I just want to kind of keep her low, and I'm just going to keep whittling down her tower. Because, I mean, a jungler is not going to come and gank a lane like this when their laner is also low. It's like, it's kind of risky because you can waste all this time going up here. But unfortunately here, I make the mistake. I miss the Q, get a little too greedy. I ended up dodging her ult, but she definitely should have hit. She was like point blank range. But I mean, she ended up using both summoners, flash and ignite. That wasn't a misplay by me. That probably shouldn't have happened. As soon as I missed that Q, I shouldn't have ran forward to try and catch it closer. I should have just backed off, but that was my only really mistake this game. And now I got my frozen mallet, so if she tries that again, I'm gonna, yeah, like right here, she goes right in and tries to do pretty much the same thing, but like, she did no damage. She's a brutalizer too, brutalizer vamp scepter. Right here, I predict she's going in again with her ult combo. She still manages to knock me out, but at this point, like, she didn't do enough damage, and she was in my minion wave, which is a huge mistake. You gotta respect the minion wave. And right there, I kind of make a mistake. I bounce off her head backwards. I was trying to go to the side so I can cut off her angle with my Q, but I still ended up getting the kill anyway. So it was definitely worth it. That's a mistake a lot of players make. They don't respect the minion wave. And right here, Thresh is getting aggressed upon, so I TP down there and try and save my team and try and get some kills out of it. it ended up being like a wasted TP because we didn't get Janna and she's fast. I was probably shouldn't have chased her. Probably should have tried to go for Ashe, but Annie was coming up from the side, so I'm not sure if there was anything we could have done there. But even though it was wasted, we didn't get any off it. I was able to get presence on the bot lane and like pretty much get ourselves an uncontested dragon. And Yasuo recalled enough in time to stop the Riven push stop, so I held mid for him right here. Got my CS up some more. Even TPs like that, even if like you don't get a kill, you don't like win the team fight, or there's no team fight that happens, like you gotta respect them. They're still useful. And right here you see the frozen mallet doing work. This is what I got it for. She goes in and she can't even compete with it right now. She ends up using her Q over the wall. I flash stun and miss it like a noob, but it's okay because Yasuo was here. He got my back. He ended up getting the kill. But yeah, that all started because I was able to keep on Riven with the frozen mallet. Janna has to waste her ultimate to try and get away. It's a beautiful win wall by Yasuo. It stopped the Amumu engage and the Annie stun. Ashe Hour whiffs. I always hate shooting the Ashe Hour horizontally across the map. Like shooting it from bottom lane to top lane. I always love going down the lanes or like going in a straight line where my team's facing. Because it's a lot easier to dodge side to side than if someone's coming from up and down. At this point we're trying to siege up and get this mid tower, but they did a decent job of keeping us off it. They played around my Gnar bar really well, and I was trying to look in to hop in there and get an ult off, but we ended up getting nothing out of it, which is fine, because if we tried to force something there, then we could have like opened the door for them right back into the game. Like, we have a decent goal lead at this point. We're doubling their kills, so I mean there's nothing, we don't have to do anything too risky. Now Riven's scared to push past her tri-bush, because she knows if she does, I'll just chase her down and kill her. Just the power of the Gnar. Your little skirmish breaks out. Nothing really amounts of anything from it though. At this point we're just focused on getting the outer towers down. They're trying to push us off Dragon, but we're way too far ahead at this point. We get it down pretty easily. Now I'm going to go in split push mode, try and push down this tower because my team's making the call for Baron. If you have TP up, you always want to split push a lane while your team's focusing elsewhere. You apply pressure at 2 points, and you can just join them if there's good wards placed. And here I see a fight start to break out. As soon as Amumu ults, I see that animation, I go and TP in because their main form of CC is down and the Ashe Hour comes in. So like I'm pretty much running free right here in this fight just to clean up as much as I can. We get the Amumu, I flash Q the Riven just before cooldowns come back up, and our whole team pretty much cleans house. Sever ends up going down, but I mean it was a 5-for-1, so Ashe is sandwiched now between me and Yasuo, so this is pretty easy kill. Just gotta hit the skill shots. I ended up holding her on the wall just so Yasuo couldn't come and steal the kill with an EQ. Trying to pad those stats, baby. And now our team's just going to turn on Baron. At this point, the game is pretty much over. All we got to do is execute and close it out. I had a huge power spike. I finished my Sunfire Cape and my Banshee's Veil, so even if Ashe Hour hits me, I'll be like, no big deal, bruh. We're at Mumu ult. I love Banshee Veils on really hard engaged champions like Gnar, because if you don't get poked down and you still have it up when you go in, it can cause a lot of havoc. And here our team's forcing down last outer tower, which this is the game-ending push, I'm pretty sure, because right here, Annie makes the mistake of Zonia's, and our whole team right now is just converging on that point. We all send our skill shots out at Annie. We were able to kill the tower because of low health. Sever pops her ult right here, and we just chase him down. And they are dead. Kha'Zix was a madman in this game, destroying their backline. And that's pretty much it. That was a well-fought, clean game. I only died one time. Our team only died a few times, and they ended up surrendering right there. So yeah, that is my video on Gnar vs Riven for Season 5, Patch 5.12. I hope you liked it. There'll be more coming.